potentially one of the biggest undertakings in college football history, certainly from a video game perspective, and maybe even biggest undertakings in video game history. Check this out. What is up, everybody? It is Jake back with the MF Film Room. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be up to date on all things EA college football, hit that red subscribe button right now. Do it. Hit it right now. Also, like the video as well. Helps me out with the algorithm. And if you're interested in any college football information, head over to my other channel in the description, Master Football with Jake Posey, about any college football information. But if you're not here for that, you're only here for EA college football content, you're in the right place. Let's go. All right, guys, as you all know who've been here before, there is basically only one voice that is actually releasing information specific to EA College Football. It's your boy, Matt Brown. And again, I actually just sent my questions to him. I'm going to be interviewing him next week. Look out for that on my other channel. I'll also include some links here on this channel as well in relation to EA College Football, sports, college sports, business in general, and so on. But what he wanted to do is discuss his latest post in his mailbag, because it's something that is potentially one of the biggest undertakings in college football history, certainly from a video game perspective, and maybe even biggest undertakings in video game history. Check this out. All right, here we are with his latest post. He says, and this was just the other day here at 1:47 p.m., he says, EA Sports has told at least one school that, quote, our team expects to create more human likenesses at one time that has ever been attempted in video game history. Here's what I've learned about how they hoped to do that. So on his mailbag, I'll make sure that I only go through the top portion here, because you want to go in there and subscribe to it. And again, he does a fantastic job talking about EA College Football in addition to the sports business in general. Now, this part I'm not going to be able to share with you. I want to make sure it's a subscription. Go check him out. It's only $8 a month, not that big of a deal. So go check it out. But he says here, he says, how is the player likeness stuff going to work? Unlike previous editions of college football video games, this year EA can use real player NIL, name, image, and likeness assets instead of using randomized player likenesses. If you've ever played before, you know the game used to have quarterback 17, quarterback 2, quarterback 11, and so on. Now they're going to have it be to where they can actually have their actual name, image, and likeness. Part of that is image actually having their face in the game. But he says here there are over 130 FBS programs, each with 85 scholarship players. So if you do the math on that, that is over 10,000. That's going to be a lot. He says getting all or even most of those licenses won't be just a massive logistical and administrative task, but a technical one. He says here, a quote from EA, it says, our team expects to create more human likenesses at one time that has ever been attempted in video game history. And again, part of that open records request, they come down here and they basically say the fact they're going to be doing that. How they do it specifically, they said, is here. They said, we understand that your team has the highest quality student-athlete photo assets that are used for media guides, website, etc. that were recently taken by your team. In order for our development process to move forward as efficiently as possible and to help our team hit developmental timelines, we like to request student-athlete headshot assets now. From a photo asset POV, we are seeking a clear, front-facing, and well-lit photograph showing the student-athlete's face shape, skin tone, hair, and eyes. Our development team's request photo specs are similar to those of a passport, including, most importantly, they have 5 aspects here of what they define as a high-quality photo. They say high quality, the more detailed the better, 1,000 by 1,000 pixels or greater is best. Neutral facing expressions, no beaming smiles, scowls, etc., no mean bugging. Again, you see that there. Neutral lighting, no stark shadows or disco lighting, etc. A visible face, no sunglasses or hair over the face. Some players are going to have to address that. And then plain background, easy to see their head shapes. And again, they talk about that here in terms of how they're going to be doing that. They said they had like WeTransfer, Box Link, University Login, etc., whatever it is. They're trying to get all this stuff going out. It's interesting to see that, because you would think, okay, well, name, image, and likeness, you have to wait until you get a signed agreement before you put that information in the game. They've been reaching out to them as far back as August of 2023 about these assets, making sure they can get these in the game. It sounds like they're doing their best in kind of a randomized way. There's lots of different ways that can happen. How they're doing it, we're still finding that out. It also mentions here how big of an undertaking this is. He says you can't complete this easily in 8 weeks, 11,000 athletes. That's absolutely crazy. In addition to that, not only having that, you also have things like the transfer portal. The transfer portal is going to open later on this spring as well. Those players who move teams, again, are they going to save the player? Are they going to save the picture? Are they going to move it? There's lots of questions to ask there with that. You also want to talk about the actual contracts for the players. They still haven't gone through that. But again, like I said, lots of moving parts. EA, and I know that you guys have been worried about it. I want to make sure right here, I want to make sure I can address something. He even says it right here at the very bottom of this article. He says, I know I can't write anything about EA College Football 25 without reminding people that the game is still coming out. So before people start hitting me up on Twitter again, he says, quote, yes, the game is still coming out this summer. No, nothing has changed since the College Football National Championship game. Yes, I know you're worried. No, I promise I am not withholding secret knowledge on this particular topic that might assuage your concerns. He says when he learns anything, he'll make sure that you know about it. But again, we're still learning some things. We do know enough to know that EA has been working tirelessly on getting this game up to the standards that we wanted. Remember, a lot of people thought this was going to be coming out in July of 2023, but you see in August, they're like, no, we want the faces, we want this. They're working hard on this. When it comes out, we don't know. We generally think it's going to be, I actually got a good comment in one of my videos recently, probably a Friday in July. Like I said, it could be, July 4th is a Thursday. I'm just saying, I don't know, just saying. But again, that's probably what's going to be happening there. So with that, there's a couple questions I want to ask about the face upload, because like I said, this is one of the biggest undertakings in terms of video game history, not just, and you're working with, public institutions in many of these instances. I will let you guys know I love public institutions. Don't get me wrong, Boise State grad, but let's be honest, not all of them are the hardest of workers. So getting them to cooperate this and there, it's very important to do so. And the fact that they've been doing this for so long is a good sign. There's a couple questions I have for this. First of all, how will they physically enter 11,000 faces into the game? Will software be used to simplify the process? Again, they're asking for pictures here and there. They're doing whatever they can in multiple different ways to get these pictures down. I think eventually it'll be kind of like an app where players will have, hey, make sure you upload your face, side image, and so on. They'll have something like that, and they can auto-generate the face similar to how they do with Madden. You can see here, this guy right here says, how are Madden ratings made? And you see the fact that he's got that picture of himself that is added into the game. They've got his face. He moves it around. It's probably something similar to this. As to whether or not they're going to have all the face scans in the same way that Madden does, I don't know. But you can see how real some of these face scans are. Joe Burrow and so on. These are all right here. Jerry Jeudy. So again, Tua. Again, what I'm saying here is it going to be this in-depth? Probably not. But they're trying to aim for at least something close. The next question I have here is how many players will not enter their information in the game by deadlines? And again, he even said this too. Matt Brown knows. He's like, here's the deal. These are college students. These are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. Were you very remembering, aka were you not forgetful back in the day? No, you were forgetful because everybody is. Will there be roster updates like Madden has? I don't know. Will freshmen have their photos taken but not seniors? Will these be taken for each player each year? I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that, again, more faces than Madden. Are you going to have to do yearly updates? Because people in college, and again, thinking about what they do in college here, some players can put on 30, 40, some offensive linemen, 50, 60 pounds of muscle and fat throughout their college experience. They look one way through the very end. Look at Cam Rising's freshman photo compared to now. Looks like a completely different guy, the quarterback for Utah. Also, another important question here is foreign players are not allowed to get NIL the same way as U.S. players. You have to do it through their own country. Does this mean that foreign players will not be in the game? I don't know the answer to that question. I know I'm a Boise State fan. We've got a lot of foreign players on the team. Also thinking about this too, because NIL, you have to get them actually to sign that agreement. Does that mean that Navy, Army, and Air Force are not going to be in the game? Are they going to have generic rosters? Probably something to look out for there. Also, how customizable will player hairstyles be, hair colors, etc., and so on? So with that, if you look at Quinn Miners, Miners, I think that's how you say his name. He's from Wisconsin Whitewater. He plays for the Denver Broncos. He's a white guy with dreads. Are we going to have white guy dreads? Are we going to have blonde dreads? Are we going to have pink dreads? What are we going to do? How far of an extent are they going to allow this customization to go forward? In addition to that, if let's just say they allow a lot of stuff there, it happens on a year-to-year basis. Will players auction their photo hairstyles or other crazy ideas? Will it basically be like, hey, vote on my, which hairstyle I'm going to have, or bid on it, and then I'll take half of it and donate it to charity, half of it keep it for myself? Again, that's an NIL deal. It's a creative thing you could do there. Will players do that? I don't know. I just know that it looks like, again, on the back end, although the game hasn't come out, there's not information, They're working tirelessly. They're working with the universities, getting the name, images, specifically their likeness in the game. I'm so looking forward to this game. And the fact that although I'm telling you, there's going to be some screw ups with some of these actual face scans for these players. They've already been asking as far back of August 2023 to get the name, image specifically, and the image and likeness in the game for EA College Football when it releases in July of 2024. Again, it's going to be crazy. Are they going to have everybody's pink hair? Is pink hair going to be an option? Are you going to have white person dreads? What are they going to have the options there? How customizable is it going to be? We'll see, man, but I'm telling you, they're working hard, and it looks like it's going to be a good product. All right, guys, get in the comments right now. What do you think about all this? I personally think I'm really excited. The fact that seeing how hard they are working on all of this, it gives me hope. Because, again, at first you're like, man, are they even doing anything? They screwed up the whole national championship situation. What's going on there? It sounds like they're working hard. But anyways, you guys get in the comments and let me know what you guys think. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Really appreciate that. And if you like college football content, my other channel, Master Football with Jake Posey, is in the description. But thanks so much, guys. I'll see you guys later. I am out.